Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another video. All right, guys, let's see what we got for you right now. If you like luxury cars, they're not too old. They're probably about 15 years, more or less. More or less. Well, you're looking at the right video. If you like those limousine cars that you probably saw in a lot of movies from back in the 2000s that executives be running around, well, you're looking at probably one of the best videos for that type of car. What we have for you right now, it's a 143 scale 2011 Lincoln Town Car. Now, this beautiful resin, by the way, this is a resin model. Before anything, is made by a brand called Collectibles. It makes a few American cars, and this is one of them. They have a few Buicks and also a few Cadillacs, but they don't have that big of a offering. So they're just quite. It's quite like a limited brand. It's not like Mini Champ. Well, not, Mini Champs doesn't make resin. It's not like Neo. By far not. But this beautiful car, I think, is very well detailed. And let's get to this car right here. If you are familiar with the Lincoln Town Car, if you like watching those Hollywood videos, if you're not from the United States or Canada, and you've seen this car, but not too much, but you've been watching those videos and you always see that executive taking those limousines, and usually are these Lincoln Town Cars, if the videos were filmed back in the late 90s or the 2000s until like 2011, well, you probably get to see one of these cars. And these cars were the ultimate comfortable air ride that you could have probably driven or be driven by. Because these cars were comfortable, they were quite reliable, engine wise and transmission wise. From what a lot of people have told me, these were one of the best engines in the modern era. These cars, I know people that drove these limits. These cars are very popular, guys. If you're familiar with New York City, if you've been here to New York City, if you've been to the New York City area, these cars are everywhere. Everywhere. And before they were even more. They have this, they use this a lot as a taxi, like they call them black cars because usually they're painted black. Or, the not the yellow taxis. They didn't use these models for yellow taxis, but these cars were more like the outer skirts. They used to drive these a lot, and they were really, and they have built 400,000 miles. I knew someone that even had it for almost 600,000 miles. These cars were a beast. Now they did have an air suspension that was a bit of a messy trip. It used to break. So a lot of people used to change them to like a regular suspension. But beyond that, the engine and the transmission that were usually very reliable. Very, very. It's like the Ford Crown Victoria. That's another car that they consider very reliable. Now talking about engines, since we got to they only had one engine for these. There was a 4.6. It was a V8. Obviously, there's a big car, so they have to have a big engine to push this quite big monster. And you can see how long it is. I mean, not only is the resin, but this vehicle was big, I tell you. But I'm sure in other parts of the world, either they sold them, not in big quantities, but I seen in other parts of the world that probably someone has exported them to their country and take care of them because they're quite reliable. If they start giving you problems with the suspension, that's a different story. Now talking about transmissions, you had a do not expect to see no manual transmission in these luxury American cars because it's not gonna happen. I don't think Lincoln ever sold a manual transmission. And if they did, please remind me what model have they? Because usually Lincoln, like Cadillac, they don't really think about maybe a sports car that I'm trying to remember. I know Cadillac, I think, had a few sports cars. Maybe those were made as a manual, but they're very rare, not very common at all. They're big monsters. These they don't want to be shifting gears all around. Transmission wise, you only have a 4 speed automatics. Just not the best. But remember, we're still talking about 2011. I think they could have probably put in a 5 speed automatic, maybe for better fuel economy. These are already were not very good in fuel economy. V8, quite a heavy, big car. So you know the fuel economy is not the best. All right, guys, I'm gonna let it go around a few times, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. So what do you guys think about this nice luxury car from back in the 2000s? Did you think it was a good looking car? Did you find them attractive? Did you think it was the ultimate luxury model for executives to draw around? Another thing I would like to know: do they sell these in your country? I'm not sure about you know what country had these models, and it really depends. Some countries they don't like American cars; they're too big. Some countries feel that they are not reliable. So you let me know in your comments. Let me know where you guys are from, and don't forget to give me that beautiful thumbs up. I really appreciate your support, and I appreciate the comments that I've been reading. Thank you so much. It's very interesting to read other people's what they like to see and what they want to know. All these things I'm always attracted to because it makes it sociable, and we get to know your opinion and what you think about the cards, and you get to hear my opinions. All right, everyone, don't forget to click and subscribe and click the bell next to the subscribe button that will remind you when I post more videos. Take care of yourselves, like I always say, more than ever, and goodbye.